Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris, and today we've got something really cool, at least in my opinion. This is one of my favorite lines to collect, and it is this big behemoth right here. This is a Triceraton from Super7, and if you guys don't know anything about Super7, I personally think they're awesome. They are very expensive though. They used to be like 50 bucks a figure. Now they're about 60 to 65, depending on the size. This thing was more expensive than the rest because it's so much larger than the others. However, what I love about these figures is that they recreate the stuff from when we were kids into just a ginormous version of it. And man, this is awesome. So their packaging is very excessive. I think that if they slim this down, they could probably, cut costs a little bit, but some retailers actually do carry them. I think Best Buy is one of them. Sometimes they're in certain Walmarts as well, and they don't have this extra sleeve thing. They used to come with this sleeve with a box around it, so like lots of cardboard, you know what I mean? But they have streamlined things to where now they'll come just like this without all of the extra stuff. But just in case you've never seen this before, this is it. You've got their branding right there at the corner, the line that it is right down here, as well as the character. This one came with that purple sleeve because it's a villain, but the good guys come in green sleeves, which is really cool. But yeah, here's the side of the box. I think it's awesome. It's just very simple, very New York, very graffiti. And then on the back, they will give you a small kind of like rundown on what the character is. So if we were comparing this to say something like the originals from the 80s, the back of the card would not only have the rest of the line that they're wanting the kids to collect and buy, but they would also have the little info card or file card with this type of information on it. And yeah, these are premium style figures, at least in my opinion. They're not perfect. They do come with flaws. Like a lot of times their joints are super stiff, but again, they're recreating an original and turning it into a modern figure. What's not to love about that, right? This stuff is so massive that they will come with multiple clamshell pieces like this because there's so many accessories. I mean, dude, this is so sick. This is dope. Now, the Triceratons are a weird character or a weird race of characters. They made their debut in the comics, and they're like these crazy aliens and all this stuff. It's too much to get into, but they did make their way to the original animated series. I think their best depiction was in the 2003 series. And this guy right here is the comic version. This is from NECA, so these are really awesome too, but the 2003 series was based more off of this design rather than this, which is more similar or more in line to the original cartoon. So here's everything that it comes with. This thing is just freaking sick, dude. Like, this is so cool. And moving the accessories to the side for just a moment, I did want to bring back the NECA figure because this is a big ass toy, man, and these things are almost in line with one another. The Super7's a little bit taller, but the NECA one is a heck of a lot wider. So, the girth on this guy is just massive compared to this, but both are just really awesome. Like, look at the sculpt work on this. It looks like it came directly out of a comic book panel. It is really cool. Whereas this guy right here, again, looks just like its 80s original, but just beefed up. Like, this is too cool, man. Like, I see a lot of reviews on Super7 products. Somebody's always complaining about something, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to knock anybody or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, when I open this up, it's like I'm reverted back to my child self, and I feel like I'm opening this thing up for the first time, you know what I mean? Like, it's something so cool that I don't know why people take it for granted, but like, these are awesome recreations of our childhood, and you don't have to buy them, you know what I mean? But I love them, and so I do buy them, and I love them just as much as the original stuff, and I just think that it's a lot of fun. Like, they even come with new versions of, the original accessories. Like, how could you look at this and not think that's cool? I truly do not understand. But anyways, in addition to their original accessories, they come with all this other extra stuff, which is wild. Honestly, this is stuff that will go back in the box and I will never touch it again, mostly because I don't want to lose it. But I still think that it's cool that it's here because you could tell with all of this stuff here that not only are the people involved with the product fans of the original, action figure line, you could tell that they really love this stuff, man, because they're coming up with accessories that maybe they wish came with the original figure. And again, it's just like, what's not to like about this? This is so much fun, it's crazy. Like, you'd have to try really hard not to have fun with this. So the figure comes equipped with the gripping hands, much like it would have in the 80s, but it also comes with additional hands as well. So you've got 2 fists, both a left and a right, and then you also have 2 open hands, both a left and a right. It's awesome, especially if you wanted them to hold some of the extra accessories like the little grenades that they come with. I don't know why it's not focusing, so I apologize about that. There we go. So yeah, you can hold this. You can have him holding his little rat snack. Whatever your imagination can conjure up, it could probably do it. Looks like he comes with this wrist communicator as well. Oh wow, that's actually hinged. That's really cool. It kind of reminds me of Buzz Lightyear a little bit. Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Star Command, do you read? What a great movie. Then he also comes with this blade right here that you attach to his wrist too. This is super sick. This is straight up Star Wars status. And then he also comes with this breather right here, which is awesome. Because if you read the comics or you watch the 2003 series, the turtles go over to their area and vice versa. And when they're over here, they need breathers. And when the turtles are over there, they also need breathers. I actually think that the breather might be the coolest accessory or new accessory that it comes with, mostly because this would have been really cool to have come with the original. But yeah, man, the sculpt work is just really cool. I love that they take what was on the original product and they just scale it up. You know what I mean? Like, it's super simple to think about in terms of concept, but they're actually doing it and it's really cool. This is actually one of the least detailed ones of these that I've ever bought. Mostly because it does look very much like, you know, the original. The original didn't have a ton of detail either. But when you're looking at other characters, like for example, Muckman, the original Muckman sculpt had so much hidden stuff within his muckiness, and the majority of it wasn't even painted. But the Super 7 one is, and it's really cool. It makes that figure look just a billion times better, and you know, all the things that you saw as a kid like are really coming and popping out at you in your face, and it's so cool. But they did do their best to kind of update it. Like, you could see just his teeth and the grittiness of there versus this new one where they actually gave it a wash and try to make it look a little bit more upscale. And as most of us know, these don't come with a ton of articulation. Like, this is all the leg articulation you get. Same thing with the arms. They usually just kind of go up and down. Sometimes you would get an elbow joint, but not with this guy. His head swivels and then his tail moves, and that's literally it. But this guy could do all of that stuff and then some. So you can go all the way around, you can move. He's got his bicep swivel, you know what I mean? Like, all of this stuff right here, again, it's a little tight, and these are actually kind of hard, so they're sharp. But he can move in ways that just the original one cannot, you know what I mean? Like, it's so awesome to see this. You've got knee articulation, you've got waist articulation, you've got ankle articulation, and still articulation in the tail. Come on. The head is not really posable, which is a bummer. Like, sometimes they're like, you can like make them look up or down or whatever. The characters like this with really girthy necks, not so much. But yeah, man, this is so cool. I didn't grab this entire wave just because I didn't want every figure this time, but most of the waves I do own every figure of. Like, one of the craziest ones to me is Wingnut. Like, that dude's nuts looking, and he's massive. And that was one of my favorite figures in the original line, period. There are certain figures they haven't even come out with either. Like, I would love to see an original Usagi. That guy is badass. Okay, so while I didn't bring everything, because I can't. They're in a drawer over there, and it's just too much stuff. But just in case you're unaware of what Super 7 is for whatever reason, this is it. This is a recreation of the original TMNT, fully articulated new sculpts, but looks like the original. You've got a larger version of that original Slash. This is so sick. Who doesn't love Casey Jones? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is amazing. This Donatello right here, bro, I'm telling you, is so cool. I play basketball. I love sneakers. And, you know, this stuff is just like, come on, dude. He's got his own pumps. This is sick. Look at the face. And then this guy right here is what I was talking about. This thing is just, this is just a grotesque, amazing figure. And he does come with his big wings. I have them on the side. They just didn't fit in the drawer the way that they were. But they do snap right on him and stuff. And I mean, this is just, dude, I don't feel like they even need really an explanation. Like, you could just look at this and just know that this is your childhood essentially reimagined for now. Like, they just made the sculpts as if they fit perfectly in our hands the way that these used to. It's the best thing ever. So yeah, like I said, they're not perfect, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like they have like loose joints and stuff, like their hips and things like that. They're not 110% perfect figures, but they're as perfect as they can get for something like this, at least I think. And again, you can tell that they love what they're doing. Who else would put this much time and effort into recreating something like this on just a massive scale? I would if I had the ability to. So I think that it's cool that they do for me. But yeah, guys, I think that this is really awesome. This is the Triceraton from their most recent, I guess, wave. I think that's the one thing that I dislike about the brand, even though I don't really actually dislike it. It's that they put their stuff for pre-order and then you have to wait forever for it to go into production, and then they fulfill them and everything like that. So other than that though, like, you know, there's really nothing for me to complain about. I think that these are amazing. They look amazing. They feel amazing. I mean, these are just cool, dude. Like, I love playing with these. These are so sick. It makes me feel like a kid all over again, and I think that's the point of stuff like this. But sound off below and let me know what you think about the Triceraton from Super7. Did you grab him? Did you not? Are you completely oblivious to what Super7 is, and now that you see what they kind of have to offer here, are you kind of like, well, now I need to go back, dive into the rabbit hole, and hopefully not go broke? But sound off below. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys are seeing this and just being like, man, somebody like remade all of our old toys, but like bigger and better with more articulation and a shitload of accessories. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you guys once again for everything. Stay nerdy, my friends, and I will catch y'all on the next one. So y'all have a good one.